Do you have someone in your life who is still talking to your narcissistic, toxic, high conflict co parent, even though you've asked them explicitly multiple times to stop? Then this video is going to make you really fucking uncomfortable, but you need to hear it because in this scenario, the problem isn't your ex. It's the person giving him access, and you're going to have to ask yourself some really fucking hard questions about it. Stay into the end. I'm going to explain why explaining doesn't work, what boundaries actually look like in this scenario, and the one mistake that people make. Oh, yeah. And who am I? Why the fuck should you listen to me? My name's Liv. I am a parallel parenting coach and founder of Unfuck Your Co-Parenting with Livy. And I don't give feel good co parenting advice. I talk about what actually works in high conflict narcissistic situations because I've lived it. My partners lived it. All of my clients are living through it right now. So if you want advice that assumes everybody's reasonable, this is not the channel for you. I mean, come on, like literally, it's unfuck your co parenting. But if you want clarity, boundaries, and tools that protect your kids, this is the video for you. Let's dive in. Okay, so we're going to start with the hard truth that most people do not want to hear. This is not a misunderstanding. It is not your friend or parent trying to be good, thinking they know best. It's not. That is not what it is. And it's not a communication failure. You have said clearly you do not want them to continue to talk to them, and they don't give two shits. And let me tell you, and this, like, again, this is one of the hardest parts. Your parent understands their behavior hurts you or whoever it is in this scenario, and they're choosing to do it anyway. Why? And I'm going to tell you, the why doesn't really matter in the whole scheme of things, but I think it helps us understand. But most of the time, it is because staying neutral or staying connected to your ex is emotionally easier for them than tolerating your discomfort, your anger, your boundaries. And I mean, and it again, it doesn't matter the why because it is not going to make it justifiable what they're doing. But once you can accept that they know what they are doing and they know it is causing you harm, discomfort, whatever, you can kind of move on to the next step. So let's talk about why explanations don't work. In a narcissistic system or a high conflict system, explanations are fuel. And every time you defend your decision, explain your trauma, restate what your ex did, whatever it is, you're giving them more material. And that your high conflict co parent or narcissist in your life is going to minimize it, reframe it, or pass directly back to them, right? This is why please stop doesn't work. This is why emotional appeals do not work. You cannot reason with someone out of a position that benefits them. Okay, and I'm going to stop right here because I can hear a bunch of you getting out your keyboards going to like, oh my God, did she just call my mom a narcissist? No, I did not. What I'm focusing on here is behavior and dynamics. We're definitely not labeling your parent or other support person. All I am saying is that they have chosen to stay in a relationship with your ex. It minimizes and normalizes harmful behavior because we can agree, I think, them continuing that conversation after you've asked them multiple times not to is fucking harmful. And it feeds into triangulation, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. So these are observable actions. This is not a diagnosis. And this, of course, it matters legally, ethically, psychologically, fucking spiritually. I'm not calling your parent a narcissist. I'm saying look at the patterns and then let's focus logistically on what we can do. So that's what we're going to do. So get your panties out of a bunch. If you want to have a deeper talk about whether or not your person in your life is a narcissist, that's for your therapist. So let's shift back to requests for boundaries. So as you all know, a boundary is what you do to stop somebody else having a behavior. And when you are trying to stop person A from talking to person B, it's actually kind of hard because you're the third person in this equation. So here's the shift that you have to make. Stop asking for behavior changes and start controlling access. Because again, a boundary is not a discussion, it is not a negotiation or a request for an agreement. A boundary is a statement plus action. So, for example, I'm not asking you to understand or agree. I'm telling you that if you continue interacting with my ex or sharing information, I'm going to limit what I share with you. Done. And then the key is to actually follow through. No arguing, no over explanation, no justifying yourself, and no defending. That is what you need to do. Super simple for me to sit here and tell you to do it. Really hard to do, especially when you have complicated relationships. This might be your only support person, but truly think through, is it more important for me to have a calm, cool, collected relationship with my parent or support person where I just kind of let them run everything and they still stress me out? Or is it better for me to maybe put in a little boundary, upset them at first, but protect my own mental health and space? And in doing so, protect my ability to be a mom or dad. Because again, this is there. High conflict knows no gender. There's definitely moms, dads, everybody out there. Doesn't matter. So again, panties out of a twist, put the keyboard away. All right. So let's talk about the information diet and your next steps. So, until proven otherwise, you are going to treat your parent or support person that will not stop talking to your ex as an information risk. And it sucks because, again, you might have used this person to vent and to be able to talk about what's going on. But I want you to ask yourself a question. When you get off the phone with that person, do you feel more stressed or less? Does knowing that that information that you just shared in your heightened emotional state where you're really upset is probably going to get back to your ex cause you anxiety? Answer those for yourself. So, again, until proven otherwise, you have got to treat this parent like an information risk. And that means no emotional sharing, no emotional sharing. And for the love of Pete, do not share any legal strategy. Don't share your parenting struggles. Honestly, you probably shouldn't share details about schedules, plans, stress, nothing. And they will probably act as if this is a punishment, but it is not. And this is something that you need to internalize. This is protection. Someone who cannot respect your boundaries does not get access to the sensitive information. Okay. So let's talk about triangulation. So, like, this whole thing seems really confusing, chaotic, and yeah, sure, but it's got a name. This whole situation here has a name, and it is triangulation. You may have heard of it. It happens a lot with narcissism. But essentially, what triangulation is when your ex gets to use a third party to fucking drive you batshit. Your ex benefits because he gets access to information without accountability. His behavior becomes normalized. Your authority as a parent starts to get undermined. And your parent may say that they're staying neutral, but there is no neutrality when abuse is being minimized. And there is no neutrality when you very explicitly say, please do not continue to contact my ex. And they do. So what about the kids? And this is where clarity matters most. Let's talk about your parent in this situation. A grandparent who aligns with a mental, emotional, physically abusive ex undermines you, their child, who is trying to be a parent, and acts like nothing happened. This is not a neutral party in your child's life either. And this is some hard fucking truth. Your job is not to preserve family harmony. Your job is to break the pattern, and that might require some distance. Yes, even if it is from your own parent. So let's do the final takeaways. You can't control your parent. You never fucking could. If you could have controlled your parent, you probably would have had a nose piercing and tattoos when you were 14. But we can't. We can't control them then. We can't control them now. What you can control is what they know, what they have access to, and what you will tolerate. And if they continue to choose your ex over your safety, your healing, and your children's stability, that tells you everything you need to know. Boundaries are not cruel, they are clarity, and they are meant to help you be the parent that you know that you can be. So if this resonates with you, you are not fucking alone and you're not overreacting. If you want more videos on high conflict co-parenting, narcissistic abuse after separation, parallel parenting, whatever, subscribe, check out some of these videos. And you can also always visit unfuckyourcoparenting.com to find out more about me and what I do and all of the wonderful fun things. And just remember, you are allowed to protect your peace, even if it's from your own family. Thanks, and make sure to join us next time on Unfuck Your Co-Parenting.